Sigma males stand as one of the most intriguing yet widely misunderstood figures in modern society. Unlike the overtly dominant alpha or the socially cooperative beta, the Sigma male exists outside conventional hierarchies, operating by his own code. His enigmatic nature, marked by quiet confidence, independence, and an almost elusive presence, sets him apart from the crowd. This mystique is both captivating and perplexing, drawing curiosity from those who encounter him. People often find themselves wondering, what drives this man? What principles guide his actions? His introspective mind seems to harbor secrets, an unspoken philosophy that allows him to move through life with a rare blend of self-assurance and subtlety. At the heart of the Sigma male's identity lies a unique set of unwritten rules, internal guidelines that dictate his behavior, choices, and interactions. These principles are not taught in schools or discussed in mainstream self-help books. Rather, they are cultivated through experience, introspection, and a deliberate rejection of societal expectations. While others chase validation, status, or external approval, the Sigma male follows a different compass, one oriented toward self-mastery, adaptability, and quiet dominance. His decisions are not swayed by trends or peer pressure but are instead rooted in a deep understanding of his own values and objectives. These hidden rules grant the Sigma male an almost uncanny ability to navigate life with effortless finesse. Where others struggle with indecision, he moves with precision. Where many seek permission, he simply acts. His success is not measured by traditional benchmarks, wealth, fame, or social media clout, but by his ability to remain self-sufficient, resilient, and true to his vision. This unconventional approach often leaves observers puzzled, as his achievements seem to materialize without the usual fanfare or struggle. So, what exactly are these secret rules that define the Sigma male's way of life? How does he maintain such unwavering confidence and independence in a world that constantly demands conformity? In this exploration, we will uncover 8 fundamental principles that every Sigma male lives by, principles that empower him to thrive on his own terms. Whether you seek to understand this elusive archetype or adopt some of these traits for personal growth, these insights will reveal the hidden framework behind the Sigma male's unshakable mindset. Stay with us as we delve deeper into these rules, examining how they shape his decisions, relationships, and ultimate success. By the end, you may find yourself questioning societal norms and reconsidering what it truly means to live with authentic strength and independence. Number 1. The unshakable principle of self-reliance. For the Sigma male, self-reliance isn't just a preference, it's a fundamental philosophy of existence. At his core, he operates with the unshakable conviction that the only person he can truly depend on, in both crisis and triumph, is himself. This mindset manifests in every facet of his life, from the mundane to the critical. Take, for example, a situation where his car breaks down in the middle of nowhere. While most people would immediately call for roadside assistance or rely on a friend, the Sigma male sees this as an opportunity to expand his competence. He pulls out his phone, watches repair tutorials, and methodically works through the problem until the engine roars back to life. This isn't just about fixing a vehicle, it's about proving, time and again, that he is capable of handling whatever life throws at him. This principle extends far beyond mechanical skills. Whether it's managing his finances, navigating bureaucratic hurdles, or troubleshooting a personal dilemma, the Sigma male actively cultivates a diverse mental toolkit. He doesn't just learn how to change a tire, he studies investments, understands basic legal principles, and trains himself to remain composed under pressure. His goal isn't to isolate himself from the world out of arrogance, but to ensure that he is never paralyzed by dependency. He recognizes that people can be unreliable, systems can fail, and circumstances can shift without warning. By mastering self-sufficiency, he removes the element of helplessness from his life equation. However, this isn't a rejection of community or collaboration. The Sigma male will accept help if it's genuinely offered and strategically useful, but he never expects it, demands it, or builds his plans around it. His self-reliance is a safeguard, not a stubborn refusal to connect. It's the difference between saying, "I don't need anyone," and "I choose to be capable, so my survival isn't left to chance." This mindset grants him a quiet, unwavering confidence, the kind that comes from knowing that no matter how chaotic the world becomes, he has the skills, discipline, and resilience to stand on his own. Number 2. The Sigma male's mastery of adaptation. Life is unpredictable. Markets crash, relationships shift, and personal circumstances can transform overnight, but where others panic or resist change, the Sigma male thrives in flux. His ability to adapt isn't just reactive, it's a proactive skill, honed through observation, mental flexibility, and a deep understanding of human and environmental dynamics. Imagine him walking into a new corporate office or an unfamiliar social setting. While most people would cling to routines or familiar faces, the Sigma male operates differently. Within hours, he has already mapped the unspoken hierarchy, identified key influencers, and adjusted his behavior, not to conform, but to navigate the terrain on his own terms. This adaptability stems from a hyper-awareness of his surroundings. He reads body language, deciphers tone, and detects subtle shifts in group energy like a strategist analyzing a battlefield. If the office culture values bluntness, he communicates with precision. If a social circle rewards wit, he engages with sharp but measured humor. Yet, unlike a social chameleon who loses himself in every new environment, the Sigma male never compromises his core identity. He adapts tactically, not desperately, choosing which parts of himself to reveal and which to withhold based on what serves his goals and principles. This skill becomes especially critical in high-stakes scenarios. A sudden job loss? He pivots, leveraging his network or side skills without missing a beat. A relationship turning toxic? He disengages before emotional sunk cost clouds his judgment. Where others see disruption, he sees a puzzle to solve, a lesson to extract, or an opportunity to evolve. His mindset is rooted in the understanding that rigidity leads to obsolescence, while adaptability ensures not just survival, but continuous advancement. Ultimately, the Sigma male's mastery of adaptation isn't about luck or innate talent, it's the result of deliberate practice in emotional agility, situational analysis, and self-control. He doesn't fear change, he anticipates it, learns from it, and uses it as fuel for his relentless progress. Number 3, the strategic power of a low profile. In a world that increasingly rewards performative visibility, where social media influencers broadcast every thought and corporate climbers jockey for attention, the Sigma male operates by a radically different principle: true power lies in selective invisibility. While mainstream culture equates loudness with strength and oversharing with authenticity, the Sigma male understands that information is control, and unnecessary exposure creates vulnerability. He guards his personal life with the precision of a vault, revealing only what serves his purpose and nothing more. His coworkers might know he's skilled, but not the full extent of his ambitions. His acquaintances may sense his depth, but they'll never grasp the full scope of his plans. This isn't deception, it's deliberate discretion, a refusal to let his energy be drained or his motives be second-guessed by those who haven't earned his trust. This intentional privacy serves multiple strategic purposes. First, it protects his ideas from being co-opted, his emotions from being manipulated, and his goals from being undermined by competitors or well-meaning saboteurs. In professional settings, he avoids office politics by simply not providing enough personal data to become a target. In personal relationships, he reveals layers of himself slowly, ensuring that trust is built through consistent action rather than forced intimacy. Second, this restraint cultivates an air of mystery that works in his favor. People project onto him what they don't understand, often assuming he's more capable, more connected, or more formidable than he may even claim to be. Unlike the alpha male, who dominates through sheer presence, the Sigma male exerts influence through unpredictability. His silence leaves room for speculation, and his selective engagement keeps others off balance. Critically, this low-profile approach isn't rooted in paranoia or antisocial tendencies. It's a calculated defense mechanism against a world that often punishes transparency with exploitation. By controlling the narrative around himself, choosing when to speak, when to observe, and when to disappear, the Sigma male ensures that his energy is spent on growth rather than damage control. His life isn't hidden, it's curated, allowing him to move through the world with autonomy, free from the weight of others' expectations or interference. Number 4, the art of strategic surrender. Society romanticizes persistence to a fault, grind culture glorifies sleepless hustle, motivational gurus preach, never quit, and films leonize protagonists who stubbornly defy the odds. The Sigma male rejects this dogma. His strength lies not in blind endurance, but in the ruthless discernment to know when to walk away. He operates by a simple but profound rule: loyalty to a sinking ship is not virtue, it's stupidity. Whether it's a failing business venture, a toxic relationship, or a pointless argument, he assesses his investments, time, energy, emotion, with cold objectivity. If the cost outweighs the potential return, he cuts his losses, not with regret, but with the quiet confidence of a chess player conceding a bad position to reset the board. Consider a scenario where he's poured months into a startup, only to realize the market has shifted irreversibly. While others might double down out of pride or fear of admitting defeat, the Sigma male conducts an unemotional audit. He sets a hard deadline, say, 3 more months of specific metrics, and if the project doesn't meet them, he shuts it down without melodrama. This isn't impulsiveness, it's strategic withdrawal, freeing his resources for endeavors with actual potential. The same applies to personal conflicts. He won't waste breath convincing someone determined to misunderstand him, nor will he martyr himself to prove his commitment in relationships where respect has eroded. This ability to quit wisely stems from two core Sigma traits: ego detachment and probabilistic thinking. He doesn't tie his self-worth to sticking with failing ventures, nor does he believe in sunk cost fallacies. Every moment spent on a dead end is a moment stolen from a better opportunity. Unlike those who fear quitting as failure, he views it as an essential skill in resource allocation. Knowing when to fold a weak hand is what preserves his stamina for the games he can actually win. By mastering this art, he avoids the exhaustion of pointless battles, learns faster from missteps, and maintains an unrivaled focus on trajectories that truly matter. His greatest power isn't just knowing how to fight, it's knowing exactly what isn't worth fighting for. Number 5, the liberation of self-validation. In an era dominated by social media metrics, corporate ladder climbing, and performative virtue signaling, the Sigma male stands apart as a rare exception to the rule of external validation. While the masses anxiously refresh their notifications, measuring their worth in likes, shares, and hollow compliments, the Sigma male draws his confidence from an internal scorecard. His sense of achievement isn't dictated by applause, promotions, or public recognition. It's rooted in the quiet satisfaction of personal benchmarks met, skills mastered, and principles upheld. Where others shape their identities around the approval of peers, trend cycles, or institutional hierarchies, the Sigma male answers to a far stricter, far more meaningful judge: his own uncompromising standards. This rejection of external validation isn't mere indifference, it's a philosophical rebellion against a system designed to keep people insecure and dependent on perpetual affirmation. The Sigma male doesn't post his gym progress online, he trains for the raw thrill of surpassing his previous limits. He doesn't flaunt his wealth or acquisitions, he measures success by his growing financial independence and freedom. Even in professional settings, he prioritizes substance over visibility, knowing that true competence doesn't require a cheering section. This isn't to say he's immune to criticism or blind to feedback, he simply filters it through his own value system, discarding what's irrelevant and absorbing only what aligns with his growth. The psychological freedom of this mindset cannot be overstated. While others exhaust themselves molding their behavior to fit ever-shifting social expectations, the Sigma male conserves his energy for what truly matters. He doesn't dilute his opinions to be palatable, suppress his quirks to blend in, or contort his goals to fit conventional definitions of success. His life is a closed-loop system of self-assessment and self-reward, making him immune to manipulation through flattery or guilt. In a world where so many are enslaved by the need to be liked, the Sigma male's greatest power is his comfort in being misunderstood, because he knows that those who matter will recognize his worth without him having to beg for their acknowledgement. Number 6, the integrity of silent service. Character isn't manufactured in moments of spectacle, it's forged in the unseen, uncelebrated choices that define who we are when no one's looking. For the Sigma male, helping others isn't transactional, nor is it a performance. It's an extension of his private moral framework, a commitment to doing what's right simply because it's right, with zero expectation of reciprocation or recognition. Whether it's discreetly covering a coworker's mistake without taking credit, mentoring a younger colleague off the record, or supporting a friend through a crisis without ever mentioning it again, his actions are guided by genuine empathy, not social calculus. This altruism without audience serves as a litmus test for the Sigma male's authenticity. He doesn't donate to charity for the tax write-off or the Instagram post, he does it because he values impact over image. He won't weaponize favors or hold generosity over someone's head, his help comes with no strings attached. This philosophy stems from a profound understanding: true strength doesn't need to advertise itself. Just as a tree doesn't announce its roots growing deeper, the Sigma male doesn't require applause for his decency. His satisfaction comes from the act itself, not the external validation that might follow. The ripple effects of this approach are profound. By operating outside the economy of social debt and performative kindness, the Sigma male builds unshakable trust with those who matter. People learn that his word is solid, his support is genuine, and his motives are untainted by hidden agendas. Over time, this earns him a reputation not as a nice guy seeking approval, but as a man of silent reliability, someone whose integrity speaks louder than any virtue signaling ever could. In a world drowning in hollow gestures and self-congratulatory activism, the Sigma male's quiet generosity becomes a revolutionary act, proof that goodness doesn't need a spotlight to be real. Number 7, the relentless pursuit of mastery, a lifelong discipline. For the Sigma male, self-improvement is not a phase, a New Year's resolution, or a trend, it is the very fabric of his existence. Each sunrise presents another opportunity to refine his mind, body, and spirit, treating life itself as an endless curriculum where challenges are not obstacles but invitations to evolve. While others may stagnate in comfort zones or chase superficial accolades, the Sigma male engages in a quiet, daily revolution against mediocrity. You won't find him boasting about his progress on social media. Instead, he might be immersed in a philosophy text at dawn, practicing a martial art in solitude, or dissecting his failures with the precision of a scientist studying data. His growth happens in the shadows, away from the performative self-help culture that prioritizes appearances over substance. This relentless drive stems from a visceral hunger for mastery, not for titles or trophies, but for the intrinsic reward of knowing he has expanded his capabilities. He understands that true excellence is cumulative, built through the steady aggregation of marginal gains. A language learned over months of disciplined practice, a physical skill honed through repetition, a weakness transformed into competence, these are the milestones that matter. Unlike those who seek shortcuts or quick fixes, the Sigma male embraces the grind of gradual progress, finding fulfillment in the process itself rather than the destination. His version of self-improvement is holistic, targeting not just career or fitness but the full spectrum of his being, emotional resilience, intellectual depth, and even the refinement of his instincts. Critically, this pursuit is entirely self-directed. He doesn't wait for a mentor to guide him or a competition to motivate him. His discipline is self-generated, fueled by an internal standard that refuses complacency. Even in victory, he resists stagnation, asking, "What's next?" This mindset ensures that his growth never plateaus, it merely shifts focus, adapting to new phases of life with the same voracious curiosity that defined his youth. The Sigma male doesn't improve to impress, he improves because stagnation is, to him, a form of living death. Number 8, the anti-definition of success, a rebellion against external measures. While society peddles a monolithic blueprint for achievement, climb the corporate ladder, accumulate wealth, chase fame, the Sigma male dismantles these conventions entirely. His success is not a checkbox on someone else's list, it is a deeply personal equation, calibrated to his values, purpose, and definition of a life well lived. Where others measure themselves against promotions, social media followings, or material possessions, the Sigma male's metrics are invisible to the naked eye: peace of mind, autonomy, the mastery of his craft, or the impact he has on a select few who truly matter. This self-authored definition of success is both a shield and a shield against the pressures of conformity, and a sword that carves out a path uniquely his own. He may choose a modest lifestyle over a high-status career if it means preserving his freedom. He might reject lucrative opportunities that demand moral compromise, valuing integrity over income. For him, success isn't about reaching a predetermined finish line, it's about alignment, ensuring that every step he takes resonates with his core beliefs. This is why you'll find Sigma males thriving in unconventional spaces: the entrepreneur who values time over revenue, the artist who creates without craving fame, the philosopher who seeks understanding rather than applause. The liberation of this mindset cannot be overstated. By divorcing his self-worth from societal benchmarks, the Sigma male immunizes himself against the disease of comparison. He doesn't waste energy envying others' achievements because he isn't playing the same game. His victories are private, his failures instructive, and his journey entirely his own. In a culture that equates visibility with value, the Sigma male's greatest rebellion is his unshakable certainty that success is not something to be seen, but something to be felt, in the quiet satisfaction of a life lived on no one's terms but his own. Conclusion: the Sigma male's code, a philosophy of quiet sovereignty. The unspoken rules governing Sigma males form far more than a simple lifestyle choice, they constitute an entire philosophy of existence, a roadmap to living with uncompromising purpose and radical self-sufficiency. These principles reveal a profound truth about power dynamics in the modern world. True strength manifests not through chest-thumping displays of dominance or desperate bids for validation, but through the quiet mastery of one's own mind, emotions, and circumstances. The Sigma male's way demonstrates that real influence flows from self-possession rather than social approval, from disciplined action rather than empty rhetoric. His resilience isn't performative, it's woven into the fabric of his daily habits, his decision-making process, and his unshakable commitment to personal truth. In our hyper-connected society that increasingly rewards volume over substance and visibility over value, the Sigma male's approach constitutes nothing short of a countercultural revolution. Where others clamor for attention on social media stages or jockey for position in corporate hierarchies, the Sigma male operates with the quiet confidence of a man who needs no audience to validate his worth. His power stems precisely from this subtlety, from his ability to remain an enigma while others overshare, to act decisively while others debate, and to define achievement on his own terms while the masses chase hollow benchmarks of success. This isn't mere introversion or antisocial behavior, it's a calculated strategy for maintaining autonomy in a world that constantly seeks to commodify attention and dictate personal value. The Sigma male's path offers an antidote to the modern epidemic of performative living. By focusing inward, cultivating genuine competence over superficial charm, valuing private growth over public approval, and measuring success by internal metrics rather than external applause, he achieves something increasingly rare: authentic sovereignty over his life's direction. His example proves that fulfillment comes not from following society's script, but from writing one's own narrative with quiet conviction. In an age of manufactured personalities and curated identities, the Sigma male's greatest strength lies precisely in what he doesn't reveal. The depth of his knowledge, the extent of his capabilities, and the full measure of his purpose remain known only to those who have earned the right to see them. This selective disclosure isn't deception, it's the ultimate form of self-protection and power preservation in a world that too often mistakes noise for importance and visibility for worth. Ultimately, the Sigma male's code presents a compelling alternative to the exhausting performance of modern masculinity. It suggests that real freedom comes not from dominating others, but from mastering oneself, not from chasing society's approval, but from transcending the need for it entirely. His life stands as proof that the most powerful position isn't at the center of the crowd's attention, it's in the quiet periphery, where observation replaces performance, where substance trumps spectacle, and where true independence flourishes far from the desperate gaze of the validation-seeking masses. In a culture that increasingly confuses loudness with leadership and trend-following with wisdom, the Sigma male's quiet way may well be the most radical and rewarding path of all. Thank you for watching.